Hey, what's going on? This is my out-of-theater reaction for The Little Mermaid, the newest Disney live-action remake that they brought to the theaters, just coming out this weekend. I really thought this was actually one of the better live-action movies that Disney has come out with, right up there with Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast for me. I really did enjoy this. My expectations were a little bit tempered. Just lately, the past few years with some of these live-action Disney movies, Dumbo, Pinocchio, things like that. Even the Aladdin movie that came out, Guy Ritchie directed, wasn't necessarily my favorite movie. It's so hard with some of these movies because I grew up with these animated movies. They're classics, so it's really hard, especially when you have something like The Lion King come out that's a shot-for-shot remake, pretty much, of that original movie. This was definitely pretty much very similar to the original story if you have seen the original animated Little Mermaid. A few little additions here that I thought for the most part I did like. The music here, there's a few extra songs as well. They're pretty good for the most part. There is one song that, it was really the one song I was like, it just didn't really work for me, kind of cringy, I'm not gonna lie. Lin-Manuel Miranda came up with some of the lyrics, especially with that particular song as well. I thought he did a good job for the most part, but that song in particular, it just didn't quite work for me. But overall, most of the additions with the songs and some of the extra, just little dialogue and just a few extra scenes here or there, but for the most part, it is that similar story that if you have seen the movie. And I enjoyed this for the most part overall. The CGI was something as well that I was, I was a little iffy on going into it. Some of the trailers, it looked just not so good maybe to me, but honestly, it looked really awesome to me for the most part. I didn't have any issues with the moments where I was like, oh, this just looks super fake or anything. Actually, it really impressed me more than I thought it was going to. With something like a movie like Avatar that just came out, of course, that just really sets the bar so high. This is really its own thing, so I don't think it should really necessarily be fair to compare it to that. I really was fairly immersed into this world, more than I thought I was going to be honest. So I had a really good time with this movie. Halle Bailey is really good as Ariel here. Obviously the clear standout. If there is a standout other than her, I would say Sebastian, David Diggs. Really good in this throughout the whole thing. Maybe the character most comparable to the original other than Ariel in this. Scuttle I thought was fine. Awkwafina. This was one role where there was times where I was kind of checked out a little bit on her character. Just the voice, no offense to her, it sometimes didn't quite work for me as much as the original Scuttle. Flounder I thought was really nice here, still the cute little Flounder, and it was really cool obviously to see him in here. And the man who played Eric here, I don't remember his name, the young gentleman, he did a good job in this as well, a nice counterpart to Ariel in this. And also have to mention as well, Melissa McCarthy is really great in this also. I say her, David Diggs as Sebastian, and then Halle Bailey as Ariel, I think are the best casting, I think, in this movie in terms of like close to perfect as you can get, really. So yeah, it's just that similar story, a classic love story, fish out of water, literally and figuratively here. And, it's not quite, obviously, as classic as the animated movie is, not anywhere close to the animated movie, but I did have a good time with this. It is a nice entry into the live-action Disney movies, and this is one movie where I'm like, okay, there was a reason to make this. Like, this is a nice addition to their catalog. So yeah, I would definitely go check this out if you're interested at all in seeing this. Of course, this is going to be a nice family film for a lot of people. So yeah, I really did have a good time overall with this. The Little Mermaid, the new movie. Alan Menken as well, I have to mention too, behind some of the great music in Disney history as well. Rob Marshall directing this as well. He's obviously involved with Disney before, so he did a good job. A lot to like with this movie, and I did have a good time. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the new movie, The Little Mermaid.